Good morning, Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos, and welcome to our Shabbat morning service. We are going to have a Shabbat morning service as you usually do, but in the middle of the service, I am going to share with you an interpretation, a reading and an interpretation of the 12th chapter of the book of Numbers, which is part of this week's Torah reading, which, if read in a certain way, has an enormous amount of contemporary relevance. Let us begin with the singing of Hine Matov Umanayim.
Hine matov umanayim, shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet ahim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet ahim gam yachad.
May the one whose spirit is with us in every righteous deed be with all who work for the good of humanity and hear the burdens of others, and who give bread to the hungry and clothe the naked and take the friendless into their homes. May the work of their hands endure, and may the seed they sow bring abundant harvest. We continue with the singing of Ma Tovu.
Matovu, Matovu, Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael, Mishkanotecha Yisrael, Vani berachastecha, avu v'techa, Eshtachave, Eshtachave, Elhecha Kolchecha, Yiratecha, Elhecha Kolchecha, Yiratecha.
O eternal one, our God, let the words of Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants and the descendants of all your people Israel, may know you by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, eternal one, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. We continue with the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Va'ed.
Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, oseh shalom, uvorei et hakol. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai! In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created, may they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we may all swiftly merit its radiance. Praise to you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, you said, and light blinded. We saw that inner and outer worlds are one as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, Abocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava. We continue with the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher nohim tzavacha hayom ha'levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha bevetecha v'lechtecha v'derech v'shachvecha v'kumecha v'keshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu latotapot beninecha v'ketavtam al mezuzot betecha u'bisharecha leman tizkaru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hiyitem kadoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim l'hiyot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
From Egypt you redeemed us, freeing us from bondage. For that your beloved sang praise, exalting you. Your dear ones offered hymns, songs, praise, blessing, and thanksgiving to you as sovereign, the living and enduring God, high and exalted, great and awesome. God ever humbles the proud, raises the lowly, frees the imprisoned, redeems the afflicted, helps the oppressed, answering our people when we cry out. Praise to God Most High. Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. In great joy, Moses, Miriam, and Israel responded with song to you, all of them proclaiming as we continue with Mi Chamocha.
Mi kamocha po'elem Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh pele, nora tehilot oseh pele. Shira kadesha shebechu geulim, Leshemcha asapar hayam, Yachad kulam, Hodu v'chim lechu ve'amaru. Adonai yimloch, Adonai yimloch, le'olam va'ed. Tzur Yisrael, Kuma Be'ezrat Yisrael, Uvdechinu Mecha, Yehuda veYisrael. Golenu, Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ga Yisrael.
As our ancestors sang Michamocha as part of a song of thanksgiving to God as they passed through the sea, so may all of us be able to sing a song of thanksgiving to God as all of us can pass from slavery unto freedom. We continue with the tefillah.
Adonai, Sefatai Tiftachu v'yagid techilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sa'ah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leho, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'imot, U'mevii Gula Livnei Bneihem, L'ma'an Shemo Ve'ahava, Melech Ozer, U'Moshiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah, Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal. Mechalchel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somek nofilim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Leshenei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit, Umekaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
We continue with the Kedusha.
Nikadesh et shemcha ba'olam, Keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, Kakatuv aliyad neviecha, V'karazeh el zeh ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Meloch haaretz, Kevodo. Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Ma'adir shemecha b'chol haaretz. Baruch kivod Adonai Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu v'hu Yashmienu, berachamav le'nei kochai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Ktzion, L'dor v'dor, Hallelujah. L'dor v'dor nagid godlecha, Unetzach netzachim kedushacha nagdish, B'shirchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamosh le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat. Observing Shabbat throughout the ages is a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. We continue with the singing of Kadshenu.
Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Ritzei nuchatenu, Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, V'tein chelkeinu b'toratecha, Sabinu mituvecha, V'samkeinu b'shuatecha, V'taher lobenu le'ovdecha be'emet, V'hankilenu Adonai Eloheinu, Be'avov ratzon Shabbat kodshecha, V'anuchu v'Yisrael mekadshe shamecha. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
We continue now with a responsive reading. At the end of each section, as we express our thanks to God, say along with me, Modim Anachnu Lach, we thank you. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations, Modim Anachnu Lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons, Modim Anachnu Lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements, Modim Anachnu Lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression, Modim Anachnu Lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding our views not shared, Modim Anachnu Lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom, modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose, modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shemcha u'lachana elechodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. A prayer for peace. Grant peace, goodness, blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy to us and to all your people Israel. Bless us, our Creator, all of us, together, through the light of your presence. Truly, through the light of your presence, Adonai, our God, you gave us a Torah of life, the love of kindness, justice, and blessing, mercy, life, and peace. May you see fit to bless your people Israel at all times, at every hour, with your peace. Praise to you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Let us continue with a few moments of silent private prayer.
Ose shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, Amen.
We pause for a few moments to pray for those who are ill, those who could use an extra prayer at this time. We think of our own friends, our family members, and members of our congregation. But going beyond that, anywhere in the world, anyone who is suffering. Mishaberach avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak ve'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. And let us mention in particular Nancy Freund, Ruth Pogursky, Andrew Lerman, Eileen Egan, Joshua Haran, Katie Pastor, Trudy Caruso, Zachary Pastor, Douglas Baker, Rebecca Lutkoff. And we pause and we mention other names of people we know. Let us mention them out loud. And may the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us all say Amen as we sing this Misha Berach together.
Misha Berach Otenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We say a prayer of thanksgiving on behalf of those whose health is a little bit better than it was, those who are feeling better, those who got good test results, those who are moving in the right direction. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has bestowed every goodness upon us. May the one who has bestowed goodness upon us continue to bestow every goodness upon us forevermore, and let us all say amen. A prayer for the country. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. And let us all say, Amen. Before I share some thoughts with you regarding the 12th chapter of the book of Numbers, a little bit of humor, I guess. So many religious ceremonies today have started with the words, please turn off your cell phones. Now that we are doing so much on Zoom, and so many people are speaking or communicating back and forth, as we are doing right now this morning, and muting ourselves when someone else is singing or speaking, the word which we hear so often is remember to unmute yourself. In our pre-Shabbat gathering last night, when everybody was sharing wonderful thoughts, we had to say over and over again, unmute yourself. And sometimes we were screaming it out. Some people tried to view positively our get-together last night as a wonderful family get-together. And on one level, it really was. However, if you want to be cynical about families, and it happens sometimes, it wasn't typical of a family get-together because there wasn't a single argument or a single fight. This leads me into the 12th chapter of Numbers. Moses is the leader of the people. According to the Torah, he and Miriam, his sister, I'll mention her first for a change, and his brother Aaron are siblings. There is sibling rivalry. Chapter 12, verse 1, and I'm going to read through this with a translation of the New Jewish Publication Society translation with comments as I go along. When they were at Hatzerot, Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses. They're complaining about him again. And we're going to read the little insert and then get to the complaint. The real complaint, of course, is why is he the only leader? But they have to gripe. They spoke against Moses because of, and I'm using this translation, the Cushite woman he had married. And then in case you don't get the point, he married a Cushite woman. Now, what is a Cushite woman? We may not be exactly sure, but what comes to mind to most readers through the centuries is an Ethiopian, or to put it differently, a person with a very dark skin. So while they're complaining, what makes this guy our leader? Hey, look who we just went out and married. Another text tries to clean this up and say that's another way of referring to Tzipporah, his wife, and it doesn't really say Cushite. We've got to change the text a bit, and maybe it's a Midianite. We won't even get into that. We want it to sound the way it sounds. They, Miriam and Aaron, then said, has the Lord spoken only through Moses? Here's the real sibling rivalry. Has he not spoken through us as well? The Lord heard it and said, The Lord heard it. Now Moses, we've got a little parenthesis here, was a very humble man, more so than any other man on earth. Suddenly the Lord called to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. Come out, you three, to the tent of meeting. Like the parent calling all the children together. So the three of them went out. The Lord came down in a pillar of cloud. We'll jump over that and talk about the pillar of cloud another time. And stopped at the entrance of the tent and called out. Aaron and Miriam, the two of them came forward. And he, the Lord, said, hear these my words. When a prophet of the Lord arises among you, I make myself known to him in a vision. I speak with him in a dream. How does God communicate to a prophet? Here's an example, and we can back this up with many references in the books of the prophets. However, not so with my servant Moses. He is trusted throughout my household. With him I speak mouth to mouth, plainly, not in riddles, and he beholds the likeness of the Lord. Now, what is this telling us? Moses is greater than all of the prophets. And we find this throughout biblical and rabbinic literature. And how exactly is he greater? We know that other prophets are spoken to in dreams or in visions. Moses, mouth to mouth, peh el peh, okay? Plainly, not in riddles. It doesn't have to be deciphered. It is very clear. How then did you not shrink from speaking against my servant Moses? How dare you come forward and complain about him? Still incensed with him, the Lord departed. Now, as the cloud departed from the tent, and this is a very, very physical piece of evidence of God's presence, God is leaving, so to speak, there was Miriam, and here we have to play with translations and mistranslations. I'll read this translation. Miriam was stricken with snow white scales, a skin ailment. When Aaron turned to Miriam, he saw that she was stricken with scales. And Aaron said to Moses, O my Lord, account not to us the sin which we committed in our folly. Let her not be as one dead who emerges from his mother's womb with half his flesh eaten away. I'll try to explain all of this. Miriam has this horrendous skin ailment, suddenly. Older understandings, older translations thought this was leprosy. Out of nowhere, she's stricken with leprosy. Whether that is what it initially meant, and in a correct translation, no, but that's no, she's got something really wrong with her. And how could that possibly have happened? The ancient mind put two and two together in their way of thinking. She is being punished for her sin. Note, Aaron isn't punished. She is being punished for her sin and rebelling against Moses' leadership. Now, whether you accept that theology or not is another story. That's the way people understood it. And Aaron, recognizing that Moses has a direct line to God, appeals to Moses and says, help her. So Moses cried out to the Lord and said, and I'm going to say this in the English translation, and then I'm going to give you the original Hebrew, was one of the original earliest prayers in the text in its simplest form. Oh God, pray, heal her. And what is this say? V'yitzak Moshe, and Moses cried, El Adonai, Lemor, saying, El na refa na la. El, God, na please, refa, heal, na please, la, her. God, heal her. Now, I have to say, someone, and who remembers right now, a few weeks ago, shared with me a piece of music where someone had written a prayer for healing based on this, but sort of expanded upon the words, which I don't think should be expanded upon. It's the simplicity. These 5 words, 4 of which are multisyllabic, 1-syllable words. El, na, then rafa, and then na, la. Okay, now moving on, and misunderstandings, and talking about relevance and absolute irrelevance. The Lord said to Moses, if her father spat in her face, would she not bear her shame for 7 days? Let her be shut out of the camp for 7 days and then be readmitted. Now, what's all this spitting got to do with anything? In the ancient Near Eastern world, as I think I understand it, but not in the ancient Israelite world at this time, spitting was supposed to have healing properties. Well, we know the exact opposite today. God forbid anybody should spit upon you during this pandemic. Now, in the ancient Israelite world, that was understood as an act of humiliation and shame. It had its aspects that had to be, how shall I say, worked out, disposed of, you had to get over this, and the way to do that would be to be shut out of the camp, quarantined. We've heard that word recently. So Miriam was shut out of the camp for 7 days, and the people did not march on until Miriam was readmitted. So they're not abandoning her completely. We don't want any of this to happen, of course. They wait for her to heal. And after that, the people set out from Hatzerot and encamped in the wilderness of Paran. Now, I'm sharing this with you because it is not only part of this week's Torah reading, but I think it's very relevant. I'm giving you a reading against the text. I'm not suggesting any of us do this. If we have a horrendous skin ailment, we don't spit on ourselves. We don't just put ourselves in confinement. We go to a dermatologist as quickly as possible. We may pray that everything works out all right, but our prayer may include, may this dermatologist be wise enough and experienced enough to know how to do it. I read this reading in a sense that I'm not suggesting anybody follow this. I'm not suggesting by any stretch of the imagination that I buy into any of the theology behind it, but it is fascinating to see the differences and the similarities, the way our ancestors thought. Now, a prayer, if I may. May none of us be afflicted with skin ailments. May whatever sibling rivalry we have, I can't say may it disappear, but may it lessen, okay? May it be under the surface, on the back burner, but not the first thing that happens when you get together for a family gathering. Let not the fist fly, literally or figuratively. And may we continue as a community, as a Temple Beth Israel community, as the community of the entire world, to get together on times like Shabbat, relax and enjoy ourselves, and as we did last night, praise God for those blessings which we do have. Thank you for listening to that. There are certain parts of the Torah that I love to read with commentary as I'm going along. Some of the commentaries I shared with you, you can find in traditional commentaries. There are other commentaries too. I just find this very exciting and very interesting. Not to say this is the ancient past, who cares, but in many ways it can still speak to us. Let us now continue with our service. We continue with the Aleinu, and we are going to sing the Aleinu together.
Aleinu l'shabach le'adon hakol, latet gedula liyotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kachol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Before the Kaddish, it is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. We remember the recently departed Ada Mae Abuza, Merrill Goldman, Danny Baer, Frida Shapiro, Douglas Gross, Ruth Perlman, Morton Skirbo, Earl Gordon. We mourn the passing of all those who suffered from brutality, and mention in particular, of course, at this time, George Floyd. We remember all the members of our congregational family whose yahrzeits occur at this time: Abraham L. Burke, Abe Kasdan, Howard W. Feinschreiber, Benjamin Gilfix, Sylvia Gould, Lillian Greenwald, Albert Hess, Lucille Leal, Regina Moyer, Arnold Rosen, Sam Wolf. And we pause to give everyone an opportunity to mention out loud names of other people whose yahrzeits occur at this time and others who have passed away in recent days. May their memories stay alive in our hearts, in our thoughts, and in our deeds. As we say the Kaddish, Yitgadal v'Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon v'yom echon v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala u'bizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'itadar v'talei v'talal shmei dekutsha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran v'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom alenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. May the source of peace grant peace unto those who mourn and comfort the bereaved among us, and let us all say Amen. Let us conclude this part of the service with the singing of Adon Olam.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'et na'asa v'kepta kol azai melech shemo nikra ve'achareh kiklot hakol levado yimlok nora vehu haya vehu hove vehu yiyeh v'tifara vehu echad v'ein sheni lehamshilo lehakbira beli rishit beli taklit v'lo ha'os ve'hamizra vehu eli v'chagoli v'tzur kivli b'eit sara vehu nisi umanos li menat kosi b'yom etra be'am V'yetishon v'ya'ira, ve'imruhi geviyati, Adonai Elo ira.
As a weekend ends and a weekend begins, many people just come out with the simple expression, have a nice weekend. May we all have a nice weekend. May the weekend be a peaceful one, without violence, without confrontation. May it be a weekend of rebuilding and not destroying, a weekend of peace. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless us by protecting us. May God's light shine upon us, and may God be gracious to us. May we feel God's presence always, and may we find peace. Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. Thank you for joining us.
Shabbat shalom.